there's a lot of debate, Clark, if that was the right role for him.
Kevin, clearly there were differing opinions because as soon as it happened, every GM called Brooklyn up to see if Lopez was available.
Now here's Gay. Puts up the baby hook. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Joe Johnson picks one up. You look at him physically, and Rudy Gay is the complete package at the small forward spot. Nothing holding him back.
You know, Kevin, he comes in at 6'8", has that solid frame, unbelievable athletic ability with the speed to go with that for a player of his height. He is a true talent.
Rudy Gay hits them both.
And with Rudy Gay, the physical part of the game has never been a problem with him. As great a physical player as any other small forward in the league, his one drawback is he can get in his own head at times and not play to his strengths.
And no doubt a lot of players can get in their own head, like Gay does at times. He does so much on the floor. It is odd when he vanishes for stretches of the game. On pure talent, he has few peers in the league.
The Nets have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Caspi, he's checked in for Sacramento. It was a rough year last year for fans in Sacramento, but they still come out here to fill up the stands, Greg, even with their team struggling.
Yeah, the new ownership, give them credit. Last year, the Kings marked an 8-year high in terms of attendance. Not bad for a team that really looked to be in the hunt for the postseason, but then just fell apart midway through.
Here's Sloan. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. The feed to Young. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
The Kings ended at 18-23 here at home. Not a terrible record for them given how their whole season went kind of up and down and inconsistent. They even had some home cooking in their favor as they were the second best team in free throw differential at home.
Kicks it to Johnson. He feeds it to Ellington. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Ellington's got 12.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half. Well, a big thing for the Kings to look forward to is the opening of their new arena. They are still looking at opening the downtown arena in the fall of 2016, and Sacramento couldn't be any more excited. No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Oh, and the dunk by Young. Now just a 2-point Kings lead.
That's how to make your mark on the board, with an emphatic finish.
Oh, Clark, he was savage on that second opportunity.
And really, those types of possessions, guys, can be really demoralizing for the defense.
Here's Rondo. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. Here's Cousins. Lopez with the block. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. To the middle, here's Young, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Rondo dishes to Cousins. Bellinelli passes to Caspi, and it's good off the back rim and in. Caspi's got 4 points in the quarter.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
Here's Sloan. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Lopez right side. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 8 rebounds in this game. Outside Rondo. Screen by Cousins. To the inside. Shot clock at 5. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Young outside on the wing. Johnson. Shot from 12. Gay with the block, but he stays with it.
It's been a good night for Brook Lopez. He's got 8 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Kings.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well. And listen, the Nets had an up and down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
Gay kicks to Cousins. Fires for three. The shot misses. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
Looking to get it going, and he drops that one in. Cousins has got 8 points for the Nets, and they're driving. They were fantastic, Clark. Second in the league last year in field goal percentage off those drives.
And a big reason for that is the strength and size of their guards, because they all can finish in traffic, and that's how you get high shooting percentages. You have to make tough shots against contact.
Sacramento making a switch here. Collison's out there. Bargnani has checked in for Brooklyn. Markel Brown comes in for Wayne Ellington. Outside Rondo. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it. Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons, and he's been a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And 79% from the line a season ago. Pretty consistent there as a free throw shooter.
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
The Kings making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Larkin is checked in for Donald Sloan. For Darren Collison, played a career-high 35 minutes a game last year. Seemed to help him find his rhythm, Greg, on offense.
And his coach had confidence in him, and boy, did he deliver. Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that hip injury shut him down after 45 games, but a positive season for him to build upon nonetheless.
After the Nets' big moves the past couple years, they were looked at as an older team, but you break it down, and you know, Greg, they're not as old as you think.
And actually had the 5th youngest team of anyone in the postseason. And so, though they seem older just because so many of their players had playoff experience or came into the league at a young age.
Here's Larkin. Now the pass to Young. To the paint, here's Bargnani, and he lays it straight in. Bargnani's got his first 2 points.
And, you know, for the Nets, the roster's average age was about 2 years younger at the end of the 2015 season than where they were at the end of 2014. They made a point to get younger.
And that one's good by Gay.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
Now here's Brown. Screen by Young. Pass to Bogdanovich. Nets passing it around. Brown wide open. He fires. No good with the triple.
And even though the Nets were younger last season, they were tough in tight games, playing really like a bunch of veterans, and went 10-2 on the year in games decided by 3 or fewer points.
A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Greg shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame, since he was having the best of his career to date.
Quincy Acies checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And the Nets also making a change. Robinson's checked in.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Here's Collison after the basket by Brooklyn. They set the pick to the middle. Left side Rondo. Rebounded by the Nets.
Collison was having a career year last year, guys. I mean, 16 points a game was a career high for him, and he also shot more threes than ever before.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And I think even in the injury-shortened season, Collison showed he is still a starter in the NBA. Now, he's been used as a super sixth man in the past, but he's just as effective, I believe, at starting the game. You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Gay with it, picked up by Brown. Gay can't hit.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and unfortunately it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
Kuvas checked in for Sacramento. Lopez, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
Now here's Lopez. He's got 10. To the inside, the kick out to Brown, expanding his range. That is good. Brown's got 7.
And, you know, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterward.
Here's Rondo. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Brooklyn trailing. Here's Lopez, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done. You know, the Kings, I think, will look back and realize they made a dubious decision the way they handled that coaching change. I mean, lucky for them, they were able to right things, so to speak, by landing George Karl later on. Clearly one of the better coaches in NBA history.
Now here's Lopez. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. The drive by Rondo, and it's blocked by Brown, but he recovers it. That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Larkin dishes to Bogdanovich. Pass to Lopez. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Nets lead by 5. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far.